Good morning, everybody. The time has come to get this engine back out of this MR2. Two GR swap going on here, just in case you haven't been, just in case you're tuning in the first time. So I'm gonna try and drop this tranny out. I'm gonna have to get under here. I'm gonna have to pull the exhaust off. We're gonna have to pull all the motor mounts, or we'll have to get it set down, you know, on something to roll it out. All right, good morning, everybody. We are working on the MR2, of course, but specifically this morning we're working on the motor. So we got a few things we need to do. One, we got an accessory belt to put on there. Two, we got this VVTi line right here. This is the line that controls oil up to the top of the motor to control the VVTi. I don't know. This line goes right here from the factory. You can see that they have a rubber line going through here, and this is a common failure point. So while we're here, we're going to go ahead and replace that line. It goes down here, up across here. So we'll get in there and do that. We got to put this flywheel in, clutch. We got new pressure plate bolts. We got ARP bolts for the flywheel. We got a throwout bearing. So we gotta get all that stuff in there. We got the starter over here, we can put that on. We just gotta get this motor ready to go back in. So, but the big thing that we're gonna be working on is the bolting. Right now we only have a couple bolts holding this thing in, and it's gonna take some interesting, it's gonna take a little bit of welding, actually. A little bit of aluminum welding to make a couple more bolt holes work for this thing. Alright, so we got our bolt with our filter. We got a washer on each side of this nut. Okay, tighten that down a little bit. We'll get this guy on here. Okay, base insulated. Okay, so that's back on there. Oh. Well, we gotta get a new one of those. I don't like the sound of that. That one's real dry. That's gotta be replaced, so we'll go ahead, we'll get a new one of those and we'll come back at you. Oh yeah, look at that. Listen to that. It's got some play in it. It's rusty, it's noisy. Time to replace it. Here's what we got going on. I got the engine stood up on its front. I got the transmission mounted. There's a video of where I got this mounted in here. If you wanna see, it's kind of hard to line up. This transmission isn't really meant to be bolted to this engine, but it's possible. But right now we only have 1, 2, 3 bolts in this thing holding it together. So I'm hoping to double that so that we have at least 6. So we got one here, which is a really good one. That's a real strong one. Same with this one up here. That's a real strong one. We got one right here, which is a good one. So I would like to get these 2 right here, and you can see that the hole's right there, and you can see the edge of the hole right there too. So what I need to do is I need to mark this, and I need to take this off and go ahead and build this part of the transmission up a little bit with weld, and then same with over here, and then we'll come back in here, mark it, drill it, tap it, or nut and bolt it or something. We'll figure something out. If we can get these 2, and then definitely if we can get this one, we'll be golden. I'm not the first one to do this, so yeah. Maybe I should look and see what other people have done. All right, there it is, built it up. I'm hoping it's gonna be enough. I need to flip it over, see if I need to fix anything on the other side. I need to take a grinding wheel to this and maybe smooth it out a little bit too. But that's the welding. So let's flip it. Ooh. A little warm down there. Man, I'm just making a mess. Okay, so yeah, see? These edges right here aren't quite fused in, so let's get those taken care of. So we got these center punches right here. And we're gonna find one that fits our hole as best as possible. See if we can get that one's definitely better. Better mark. Okay. So let's get those 2 drilled. And I'll come back at you with those holes drilled. Okay, so here we are, bolted together. We've got a couple of, I believe they're 3/8 bolts? 3/8 bolts. Bolting through with a washer and a lock nut, or a lock washer and a nut. So yeah, that's ready to go. I'm gonna just go ahead and roll with that. I think the transmission is ultimately gonna be a weak link, so we're probably gonna end up swapping to a V6 E153 and then converting it over to shift like an MR2 in the future. And yeah, that also comes with some beefy axles. That's what we did on my buddy's Spider. So that's probably where this is gonna go in the future. So I don't wanna do anything to modify the block to make this transmission bolt up to here, because the V6, I think, the E153, I think, bolts right up. Okay, it's time for the shiny parts. So we got our flywheel, and we got our ARP fasteners. got my blue Loctite over here. Oh look, we got a sticker. Oh wow, that is really light. So this is the Fidenza aluminum lightweight flywheel. So it's a pretty slick piece. It's pretty light, and that should help the motor rev quicker. All right, let's get some brake clean. Clean this thing up. Oh, see what happens with this sticker. Might have to go after it with a razor blade. Whoa, that is really green. Then set these down here. They're all going to get a little bit of Loctite. You've got to get a socket for this. 12 points. Okay, so next we have the XTD 6-puck clutch. It's kind of a cheaper one. I got off of eBay. So, you know, there's some give and takes here. We got the nice flywheel, but we kind of went with a El Cheapo clutch. So, we'll see if that strategy pays off. That does not fit. Shoot. Wonder if I got the wrong clutch. Sure seems like it. What did I do? Okay. So, crap. Alright, so I wanted to give you guys an update. We've got we got the accessory belt on. We got replaced both the tensioner pulley and the idler pulley. Everything else looked pretty good. Happy with that belt. We are waiting on the pressure plate at this point, which I think might even be here today. We'll see. Guess what came in the mail? Missing component. Clutch pressure plate. I got the nice ACT one, straight from them. But we are committed to doing some work here, so we're going to continue doing this, and we will check this out later. Ooh, look at them stickers. Race car stuff. Good morning, everybody. We are back in the shop, working on the MR2 again. We have our, I shouldn't say finally, this came very quickly. We have our ACT, we have our ACT pressure plate here. And then we got our XTD clutch disc. So we got an alignment tool with our XTD clutch disc. We'll go ahead and put that guy in there like so. I got new hardware from Toyota. Went ahead and clean that off with brake clean. Get this thing on here. There we go. Ooh. All right. Okay. Get Get some bolts started here. And I do not have that on there right. Okay, there's our clutch. Clutch is installed. Let's go get the trans. Got the engine back in on two of its mounts, this one here and the one on that side. So we got to get under here and put the other two mounts in. I got to put axles in, suspension, all that stuff. So we got most of it laying over here. Here's axle, suspension, brakes. We got a lot to do actually. These brakes were in pieces pretty much when the car came, so I need to check those. I need to check everything, basically. So, we got a lot of work to do. There'll be snippets of me putting it back together, but I got a ton of work to do. So, we'll catch you guys later.